we prepare for the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500.
Can't think of more difficult circumstances for the rookie Robert Schwartzman, but he gets after it in anger.
Sensational start for the rookie Robert Schwartzman. Pato O'Ward tucked up underneath him already, and O'Ward has a look to the outside into turn one, but Schwartzman will lead the field from the pole.
Side by side back there, Alex Palou going around Rosenquist. Puff of smoke still out of the back of Scott Dixon. As side by side they are, a crash and one.
Marco Andretti got together with Marcus Armstrong. There's Andretti in the 98 car.
Steering wheel off. Means
Champion, the man they all need to beat, lays down a marker on the streets of St. Pete. Alex Palou wins the opening round of the 2025 IndyCar season. Here in Long Beach, he has been dominant and crushingly perfect. From pole position to the checkered flag, Kyle Kirkwood wins in Long Beach. Handed the victory to Scott Dixon, but Dixon had to make this work. It's a 21st straight season with a victory for Scott Dixon. Immediately to the fore with a brilliant start, and everybody seemingly clean. And no, we're not. We're yellow because we have a spin, and it's Colton Herta. Back to green. Joseph Newgarden from Connor Daly, and who is already having a look? It's Nolan Siegel taking a look at Will Power up on the inside through turn one and into two. It's a lovely move from the McLaren man. Takes up one position on the restart.
As we watch on board from wow, the fact that he didn't get up into the
yellow, turn two.
Oh boy, car in the wall. I think it's Jacob Abel. It is.
It is on the exit. Now it's the championship leader, Alex Palou, who is under pressure from his own teammate, Scott Dixon.
The three wide further behind right there, trying to work that outside line. Daly going to work to try to make up some of the spots that he lost on pit lane.
Someone's up and in the wall. And that is
Kirkwood. Second in the championship, and we talked about marbles forming. This is exactly where the last
from Pato, but has a look as Will Power has a look up the inside of Connor Daly, and that's a lovely move from the Penske driver. Daly will not want to let him get through, though. All the hard work from Daly to make those positions and hold on to those positions, and he does maintain that position. And now Ferrucci having a look at Scott Dixon. We know that Ferrucci likes to get his elbows out, and it's in these early laps where he's going to try to make that charge, and Dixon's going to have to defend, and Siegel now puts the move on Power.
Too wide, too deep.
Otherwise, everyone's single file.
Some great feedback there from his spotter, but you know, you're so committed to that outside run. You're praying that the spotters are doing their jobs, telling Louis Foster, hey, he's up.
McLaughlin, not super fast, he's away.
And Pato O'Ward on the bottom screen comes out on track. Where is Newgarden? Behind Pato O'Ward, but Newgarden will have the heat in his tyres, will have the momentum, and will try to get around his rival, who has been within his rear mirrors all the way through this race. Newgarden to the high side, trying to get around him into one. O'Ward defends, O'Ward holds on for now, but Newgarden is... Somebody out here would be incredibly happy. It's not going to be Nolan Siegel. He's lost it. He's in the barriers, which means we're under caution. But by the time he went in...
As we understand that the red flag will come out for wall repair.
And that, understandable. O'Ward does lead, and look at Rasmussen already. Up and on the inside of Alex Palou, the ECR man, making the move, getting his elbows out immediately.
Palou having to accept that he's going down as a yellow comes out.
And that's Ilon. Yellows breed yellows. When they cross the line, it will be 9. Pato O'Ward leads, and look at Scott McLaughlin on the inside of his teammate Will Power, running wheel to wheel. But Power still has the pace advantage over his teammate, as Newgarden now looks around the outside of the McLaren driver, and O'Ward holds the lead, but for how long? Of 2. It's now or never for Joseph Newgarden to deny Pato O'Ward a historic win on the occasion of his 100th victory. His centenary run will be capped off with success. Pato O'Ward wins at Iowa. The green flag, and we have racing here at the Iowa Speedway. 3 abreast, 4 abreast down into turn 1, running the low line, and Palou trying to scamper away already as the field gets underway for race 2.
Watching Joseph Newgarden, he wants to make quick work of those top 3 cars. He's already up to 3rd. He's already deposes.
Oh, there's a big hit.
Turn 4.
Underneath our camera position, and that is Devlin DeFrancesco.
Is that McLaughlin as well?
It is McLaughlin. One of the drivers we had extends to a hold on the grass, his rear wing damaged, and what a eye on Will Power just behind David Malukas. As Scott Dixon has a look at Pato O'Ward, and O'Ward himself wants to get past Connor Daly, who fared so well in yesterday's running here in Iowa. 2 wide coming down and all the way through until those final stops. Just that in-lap from Newgarden ultimately costing him what would have been the first win of the season, and Power has a problem. Power's dropping right back.
Not sure if he got up into the gray or he has a powertrain issue. It looks to be no drive for the number 12.
Ray Robb into the barriers.
Turn 2.
Shanks pop out, and so too does Scott Dixon, having a look up the inside of both Armstrong and of Rosenquist. Our winner last time out in mid-Ohio. Dixon on the move, so too the ECR of Alexander Rossi.
Newgarden looks to be to the outside of Alex Palou, and there he goes. The move to the front. Newgarden grabs the lead back.
Beautiful from Joseph Newgarden, the king of corn country. There's Newgarden going in. There's Ericsson going high.
Looks
with Daly and Armstrong, and immediately 2-3 wide, and the ECR's making moves.
4 wide almost further back. Now 3 as we see those Prema cars going high, making moves.
How about Connor Daly sending it once again to the back of Felix Rosenquist with huge momentum. Look for Daly, looks inside now, great job. Seemingly tire failures already, so that's nervous stuff for Colton Herta. And how about Alexander Rossi? Must have been like, where did that come from? It's like a meteor attack.
There's Herta high. There's Herta too high. There's Herta into the field, and we've got a crash. We've got yellows out. And that's quite a big one. I think it's a Prema.
Callum
Ilott
Ilott
out of Ilott again.
That was right in front of Alex Palou, our race leader.
Lucas already over the back of Alex Palou, looking up the inside of the race leader. Or who was the race leader, but Palou keeps his foot stuck in and takes. If Kirkwood yields, but he won't, and Kirkwood remains with him. But
Dixon gets the good run. Yeah, that was just not really leaving enough.
Oh, trying to go to the inside there on Rosenqvist and backs out. This is going to give New a chance to close the.
now Newgarden takes the move. Now Newgarden runs for the lead of the race, wheel to wheel and side by side. Palou goes high and Newgarden leads.
Malukas goes through by Palou as well.
Up board for Newgarden to stop, and this is the reason why he fell behind Malukas. There was a bobble and a slow getaway. And that is the car of Herta. And once again, it's a front right. Is that a front right failure again?
Wow.
Oh,
all
boy.
three Andretti cars.
Let's have a little look at the replay.
There it goes. You can see the car have a dramatic response right away, and you got to.
And now we go back to green. Dixon having a look at his teammate, and don't forget these two made contact earlier. And Lundgaard goes to make the move immediately, gets past Schwartzman and has a look at Dixon. And Rosenqvist wants in on the action as well. Now on the inside of Robert Schwartzman onto the mini backstretch, tucked up underneath the rear wing of Christian Lundgaard. It's Felix Rosenqvist hoping to make it a 1, 2, 3, 4 for Honda. Dixon senses an opportunity. Dixon looks to take a move, but Palou has it covered. Palou will lead his teammate home. It will be a Ganassi 1-2. Alex Palou will take the victory in Iowa. So it's down into, oh goodness me, just gets the rear wiggling out through 7 and into the wall through 8.
Massive hit. Not a lot of time to get.
Be racing, and we are racing, and Colton Herta immediately with the advantage. And that's key on lap 1 on the run down now to turn 3, and look at Marcus Armstrong coming from the pole sitter, coming for Colton Herta, but can't quite have a look, and Kirkwood is already up and fighting against Alex Palou. Does he get it? He does. That's up to 3rd place for Kyle Kirkwood.
Palou's got a championship to defend as Ray Hall's having to defend against Will Power there, where Kyle Kirkwood can
already, and it's Pato O'Ward. So too Scott McLaughlin. So too Marcus Ericsson jumping in at the earliest possible opportunity. 2 laps completed. Get rid of those softs and get racing.
Fences have red lights that normally, and we see a full course caution. There it is.
And McLaughlin is into the wall, and his rear left has gone. I wonder if that was secured, or if he's just an excellent restart from the championship leader on the run down towards Prince's Gate. VK goes with him as we look towards the rear. Anyone having a look down there into turn 1? Not quite at this lap. Everyone just shaping up. Oh, and now O'Ward has a look at Jacob Abel coming through there. Or is that Lundgaard? No, my apologies. To start degrading around lap 7 or 8 and flies past 1. Will he fly past 2? Going for the move on David Malukas as well.
Lucas closed the door. So smart for Scott Dixon to back out of that, not force it early. That's exactly what we talked about as Alexander Rossi trying to force his way.
In Toronto, here comes Kyle Kirkwood. It's 3 wide down into 1 around the slower car of Simpson. A little bump, a little hip check. Stingray Rob has a look as Rahal goes around the outside of Rob. This is wonderful.
Oh, so narrow through there, the canyon that's turn 3, 4, and 5. Rahal just makes it through.
Boom!
There goes Christian Rasmussen.
His luck has finally run out. Immediately to shake off any advantage Lundgaard had, and O'Ward tries to make the move and does make the move. Executes immediately on Di Francesco as Kirkwood puts the move on Armstrong.
That was Herta, I believe, putting the move on Armstrong. His car looks so similar to Kyle Kirkwood, it's going to be tough to keep those two apart.
Lightly brushing the wall, but it looked like a part of the wall was maybe jutting out.
Exactly. And
yeah,
that's the problem when you have concrete to concrete.
Out with him, everyone else is piling in. Georgia.
Louis Foster told the team he was battling.
We got a spin. I'm sorry, Georgia. Kyle Kirkwood has spun on the entry. We're back to green and immediately back to full course caution here at Toronto by Will Power, and look at Pato O'Ward putting his gas down and trying to get up on the inside, puts the move on Power straight away at one, and Pato O'Ward is through.
And that's going to give Power a bad exit out of one.
Because Daly has a look up the inside of Kippen Simpson, going too wide, and we sit now with the 12, and that is Pato O'Ward, and now Power's in the wall. You catch into Renus VK. Look to your left, look to your right. Pato O'Ward on pit exit. Where is Renus VK? Simpson's pitted as well.
Wow.
VK to the left, and it's huge from O'Ward. Easily takes the lead over Renus VK.
Malukas given the signal to go, and then this happened to Felix Rosenqvist.
Big lockup going down there into turn 3. Seemingly has lost a part of his front wing, which has been falling apart for a while. When he makes it back onto the track, squeezes Alex Palou through 4, who then makes it through at 5, and then the two make contact again. Will Power and Felix Rosenqvist, they are, and Renus VK has done that. Oh, as we get very close with Daly and Lundgaard, and Daly forces the issue. Dixon will try to take advantage of that now around the outside of the Hunkos-Hollingen man. And Daly holds tight, and now below of the inside of Lundgaard, they're going to make contact, they do, and Will Power is getting in on that as Palou gets all sketchy. Rear hanging out around the corners, and Malukas says, thank you very much, Will Power. I'll have that position, and I'll get Alex Palou as well.
Alex
Lundgaard will go around the outside of Daly. And they make contact, and Lundgaard almost into the wall. In fact, is into the wall, just the smallest amount of damage to his car then, but that drops him behind Rosenqvist and goes side to side with Rosenqvist, and Rosenqvist gets sideways, and Armstrong makes it through.
Lundgaard is driving like this is a normal.
Oh, and we have
and Rosenqvist.
Yeah. And that is down at turn 10.
Guys, 3 to go. That might be...
Victory for Pato O'Ward on the streets of Toronto. Not just on our calendar, but anywhere in the world. We are green, we are racing here at Laguna Seca on the run down to turn 2, and look at the lead that Alex Palou has already, and Colton Herta makes the move on Pato O'Ward, and Herta trying to make his way up to second position, and has second position already from Pato O'Ward, which is precisely the opposite of what the McLaren man needed. And someone's off at the back, it's a Prema. One of the Premas is off into the gravel, so too Connor Daly for Hunkos-Hollingen Racing will get back round, will get back out on the track. That's Robert Schwartzman in the other Prema, but Alex Palou with the lead over Colton Herta. Pato O'Ward, then Joseph Newgarden in his 4th, and Christian Lundgaard already on the rear wing. Oh, and it's a big one for Kippen Simpson, and out goes Felix Rosenqvist as well.
That's turn 6, the trickiest corner on the racetrack. The narrow entry there leaves
Colton Herta. Pato O'Ward follows him with Joseph Newgarden, Will Power, David Malukas, Lundgaard, Rahal, Foster and Rasmussen, the top 10 running down to 2. Malukas having a look at the back of Will Power.
Palou got wide. Alex Palou blew the brake zone there, allowed Colton Herta to draw closer. Palou almost going off the racetrack. It's so dirty out.
Position made up a few moments later.
I'll tell you what, guys, turn 4 as we see Malukas there trying to get a move back done or defend against
VK. Oh, Jacob Abel's day is done. The AMR Indycar safety team on the scene. Past Herta, go after Palou. The challenge for Palou remains the same as ever it was. Gap the field and take this thing into his own hands.
All these laps under yellow are kind of playing into the hands of Colton Herta here, as it's shortening the laps that he's got to do on the hards, as McLaughlin trying to make moves around Foster on the outside. Same with Ericsson side by side there with Armstrong.
And Ferrucci trying to take advantage of that. Gets Ericsson, has a look at Armstrong. And here comes Alexander Rossi.
Does this hurt? Colton Herta didn't get in.
Didn't pit.
If the yellow comes out, they might leave it open.
Palou's in just before pit lane closes, if indeed they are.
Water, and I don't think he expected VK to be as narrow as he was. So when he went for that slice, he thought VK was going to go. And
2-stop, but Siegel, unlike the others, went soft-stopped. He still has to run the hard tire as he gets very sideways out of 11. Alex Palou in second place and hunting him down. That was the first lap led of Nolan Siegel's career. How long can he hang on, though, from the championship leader as Lundgaard tries to put the pass on his teammate Pato O'Ward, and O'Ward can ill afford to lose another position, but that's exactly what he will do.
Being forced in, it creates a vacuum, it evacuates the air.
Townsend, I'm sorry, but Palou's going for the lead of Nolan Siegel, and he's got it with a wonderful move around the out, and it's so good we've decided to make it the Pennzoil moment of the race.
Look at this, just huge commitment, lunging in on Colton Herta. They had contact at the exit, and that would have been a wonder how this happened. High centered on that exit curve, and then chased it all the way up the hill.
So lucky to not continue.
Already has a gap, already is extending as he punches the throttle, and look at Pato O'Ward all over the rear wing of Scott Dixon. Dixon having to defend, Eilert having to defend from Rasmussen. And Rasmussen, tucked up behind the Prema, can find no way through. O'Ward takes a little bit of gravel, and that will allow Eilert just a sniff of the rear wing of the McLaren as the Penske drop. So this is into 11, and that's Rossi putting the move on Ferrucci. Whoa, boy, which allowed Malukas through and contact with Rossi.
You could see the car beach there, the rear wheels turning, just lost it on his own.
Oh boy.
The car gets very light as you come up over the crest.
Rossi was lucky.
Whew. Definitely lucky to avoid getting taken out there.
And once again, it's a perfect run for Alex Palou. It's a little wobble for Lundgaard. But O'Ward with the run on Scott Dixon as he had at the last restart. He has again, and Dixon defends. And O'Ward now up to the inside of Scott Dixon, who runs deep. And the McLaren man will try to take the advantage of that, and so too will Callum Eilert. Eilert looks to the outside, but O'Ward gets the position and gets the job done. Now they stand up and applaud him. He has been perfect. What a performance. Utter perfection once again from Alex Palou. 8 wins in a season. Sensational. Through turn 12 as they put their feet to the floor and accelerate in to the run to turn 1. Pato O'Ward with a good start, but look at Rosenqvist coming up alongside the McLaren man, moving to the outside as Palou gets swamped around him. Everybody making it through pretty neat and tidy. No big crash there, and that is job 1 done. Palou with a little wobble on exit, and he's managed to get his way past David Malukas, but it's Pato O'Ward who leads from Felix Rosenqvist.
90% relief there for Alex Palou.
Watch when it comes to overtaking, then Rasmussen, is he going to take a
Oh, it's a big one at the back.
Is that Santino?
I think it's Ferrucci. I think that is Santino Ferrucci.
It is.
O'Ward down the drag strip with Rosenqvist behind, and Will Power, a brilliant start from him as well, gapping Alex Palou behind as Lundgaard has a look at Alexander Rossi, who closes the door on him immediately.
Further back, lots of drivers having a look, and is there contact with Louis Foster and Ritas VK, both being hit from behind and spun around. They will continue.
I think that was Kiffin Simpson getting into the back of Louis Foster, VK spinning to try to avoid the car ahead of him of Louis Foster. They both get going and back on their way while we were under caution. Some drivers took the opportunity to stop. Graham Rahal, Stingray Robb, Connor Daly, Callum Eilert, Robert Schwartzman and Jacob Abel, who take up the positions 21 to 26. The vast majority choosing to get off the hard tyre, move on to the soft, which is the preferred tyre, as now Rossi having a look to get back past Lundgaard, and we have a full course caution out. Lundgaard making that move, and he is tucked up right underneath the rear wing of the McLaren racer, trying to get down into turn 1. Will have to go around the outside, and there is no way through.
You just look at that jump off the last corner. Rosenqvist with that Honda power delivery just seemed to catch O'Ward and gap Will Power behind him.
Meanwhile, Pato O'Ward's teammate Christian Lundgaard critically gets past David Malukas. There he is in the papaya and black car. And right in front of him now is Alex Palou. That is huge for O'Ward. If Lundgaard can continue to press here and get in front of Palou, it creates...
Oh, Daly trying to make it around the outside of Rasmussen in 7. That's
oh, and he's bumped him off.
They both go off.
Contact between those two. Daly will be fuming, I'm sure, with that. Daly was leading the pack of drivers who had already come in to stop, was on the...
He can get away with that. That's insane.
Wow, now Foster putting the move on Rasmussen. That's nice, really nice from the rookie. Daly trying to get through as well, and that's a little bit of afters from Connor Daly. That's frustration seeping out of him.
Here, heading down the back straight, Nolan Siegel ahead of Deb DiFrancesco at the front here. A little bit of defense. And
there in the background, Daly trying to get the move on Rasmussen. Oh! Big hit. That is big. Will Power, a brilliant restart from him, but look at Scott McLaughlin on the championship leader, tucked up with him, running down with him to turn one. McLaughlin trying for an outside move again, but Palou has it covered. But McLaughlin, with an excellent exit from 2, is straight back with him again and looking for the inside at 3.
Hard to do it there into 4. You're barely slowing the car down.
Looks to be going away a bit right now for the championship leader.
Pato O'Ward now passed by his teammate. Lundgaard takes up another position. Oh, and O'Ward, has he got a problem?
Oh, he does.
I think he's got a problem.
Good. That sounded terminal for Pato O'Ward.
You hear the engine note drop.
Oh,
that does look terminal. That's it.
P0 and back to P2. Try P0, back to P2.
They're hoping to restart the car, hoping it's an electrical issue.
And that's why
the pace advantage of this soft tyre compared to the hard, and he's actually going to transition out onto the track right as you see the 10 now coming into the pits. Hits his marks really well. I just get a feeling that this strategy, Alex Palou does things on some of these hard tyres that we aren't able to see from other people. Interested to watch this unfold.
And Power has got out ahead of Felix Rosenqvist. Lundgaard takes the advantage to move past.
Holding up Will Power a little bit, and Christian Lundgaard. The yellow and red car of Alex Palou is going to have a chance here to close that probably 6-second gap.
Make the move.
Rahal in the pits means Power is back to being the legitimate race leader. Lundgaard second, Palou third. Rahal leaves the pits ahead of our commentary position and will exit still in 4th place. Play of what happened, and it was as he left the pits on cold tyres, tries to line it up as Scott Dixon takes the fight to him. Oh no, Scott hits him.
God help.
Car length becomes a car length. Alex Palou goes to the inside. Alex Palou has 2nd place from Lundgaard. Needs to get his foot down and keep his foot in through the left, down the back stretch. Lundgaard takes it back to Palou. It seems reminiscent of Thermal Club earlier this year. The championship leader will know he will have to fight with all he has to get past Lundgaard, who says, not right now. You are not coming through because this race today is mine. And
Loot flagpole down here in Portland.
Malukas is moving out of his way.
He will.
And Malukas' job now is clear.
The other guys.
Be the Penske man and hold those 2 up.
Like Kiffin did for me. Again, there's a technical partnership between Foyt and Penske. And
Here we go, around the outside for Alex Palou. It'll become the inside, and he's out and on the gravel, on the grass, bouncing around.
Whoa, what a save. What a save.
Alex Palou, year after year, who has more poles, who is faster than any driver in the history of this series, who will win once again. Will Power returns to victory lane and puts Penske back on the top step of the podium. Green, and Palou sweeps in front of Malukas, who defends his position, and McLaughlin immediately up and into 3rd place as we go 3 wide immediately through turn 1.
3 wide in the middle. I think 4 wide in the back as Malukas tries to get it done on the outside for the lead.
Look at Connor Daly there in the purple car, 3 wide at the back and going big once again, and Connor Daly makes it work.
Oh, big one!
Crash.
Big one at the back, and that is Nolan Siegel into the wall.
Looks like Nolan's the only car caught up in it, at least the only car that's...
Touches it, and Malukas goes with him. Malukas to the high line. Has momentum, but Palou has the line. But on exit, Malukas keeps it stuck in and takes the lead. Wonderful move from Little Dave.
Yeah, that 2nd lane's kind of the preferred one, so by getting that great run off of 4, Malukas forced Palou to be a little bit lower down, a little bit tighter than he wanted to, and just carried that momentum around the outside of 2.
And Scott McLaughlin could face a penalty for an unsafe release. This, the view from Scott Dixon. Wow, I mean, it looks almost unquestionable from that angle. Yellow flag. David Malukas now will lose a lap to the leader as Palou gets out ahead of him.
You can see that Will Power's right sides show evidence of getting into the wall. I don't know if there would be suspension damage there, but Palou and Malukas should be sitting pretty here. We'll have to see how everything blends.
Will go with him, and Malukas will try to get that lap back and go back past him, but with the form that Alex Palou has been in today, it's going to be tough as we get back to racing ways, and McLaughlin finds himself under pressure from Pato.
Alexander Rossi 3 wide.
It's a Prema in the middle, and on the bottom is Christian Lundgaard. Lundgaard who finds himself up in 4th place, but now 5th as Rossi makes his way past.
Rossi using the Prema machine as a bit. You see how right there, out of the left bank of the engine. And so the caution comes out.
Back to racing, and immediately the two McLarens go side by side down into turn 1.
Pato O'Ward on the inside. He's going to get that position. Power going way high. Look at Armstrong. Falling like a rock.
Nothing. No pace, and here come the ECRs.
So important for the spotters right now to give the trailing drivers a heads up about how slow Armstrong is going to be.
It has been the sunshine. It's sprinkling right now. It's okay because the track is so warm, but keep an eye on this. There's a very light sprinkle we're feeling.
Of rain?
Yeah, look.
Of rain.
Raindrops on our window here in the booth as the caution comes out.
Yellow for raindrops. Yellow and red flag is out. The striped flag, that means a greasy surface. Yellow for the full course. Back to green. Keep your eye on the orange and black McLarens. Keep your eyes on the ECR cars. And you know what? Already it's advantage Alexander Rossi, who absolutely screams up and on the inside. Palou's had a horrible restart. Rossi's had an absolute blinder.
Rossi already side by side with Newgarden, trying to make the pass for 3rd going into turn 3. Side by side further back. Palou enjoying that advantage.
Now gets passed by Rossi, but Rasmussen.
Oh! They've touched, and I don't know if that means that he's got, and yeah, I think something's broken on the front right for Newgarden. A big hit.
An amazing save, though. How many of those have we seen this weekend at Milwaukee? As O'Ward now takes a look on the inside of Newgarden. He'll get that pass done.
Lundgaard gets past, so the McLarens both get past Newgarden. Perhaps he could have time in this championship. He's right with him. He's going to have to go the long way round. Rasmussen keeps it stuck in. Rasmussen is gutsy. Rasmussen is brave. Palou hangs on. They run high. And Rasmussen has the lead.
Holy cow, what a pass.
Clear.
Magnificent. Utterly spellbinding. A first-time winner. And it's going to be one of the most electrifying drivers that we have in the NTT Indycar series. He's a USF 2000 champion. He's an Indy Pro 2000 champion, an Indy Next champion. And with one corner to go, Christian Rasmussen is now an IndyCar race winner. Sensational. Bravo. Bravo. It's a great start for Lundgaard, having a look up the inside, but Palou screams around the outside of David Malukas and takes 2nd place immediately at the start.
We were 4 wide further back. A car is going around in the wall.
Rasmussen, the first-time winner, has a look up the inside of David Malukas, and the Penske's go wide, and we go 4 wide down into turn 1. That's a great move from Scott McLaughlin. Lovely stuff.
Joseph Newgarden there in the red-white car, seizing opportunity. Excuse me, Scott McLaughlin.
Do up on that 2nd lane.
Oh, and here comes the champion. Alex Palou looking to go round the outside of Pato O'Ward and take the lead away from his championship rival. They were close between the two.
Saw Pato O'Ward with a big wiggle over that bump. That could absolutely wreck Pato O'Ward and Alex Palou.
Outside corner clear.
It is such a...
Wonderful. Side by side battling between the championship rivals, and still they fight, and still they go, and still Palou tries to take the lead.
That's Colton Herta in the Gainbridge car up to 6 as the leaders go side by side for another lap.
Lap 3, once again side by side. Once again Palou tries to carry momentum, and he has momentum now down the... Is keeping the high line clean as Palou keeps running high and runs high again.
At this phase of the race with drivers like...
Still there?
A little more grip to the inside for Pato O'Ward, but a little bigger radius for Alex.
Ward hanging on as Palou tries it again. And O'Ward being smart, keeping to the inside, forcing Palou to go high.
Alex Palou say, you know what? I'm going to be burning up my tires a little too much, trying to hang here on the high side. Does he duck in and start to settle in? Maybe we're seeing that now.
Oh! And Alex Palou has a flat front right. Our man from second place has to bring this in.
Yep, copy.
Of the car out by bending the right rear toe length. Looks like Malukas is back on the tail.
How much does he need a good result today? How much would a podium?
Oh!
And Foster goes high. And almost, oh no! Oh no! And that is Foster not willing to give that position a rookie alongside Colton Herta. It's a great start for Dixon. And Palou taking the fight to McLaughlin to regain second position and go back after Pato O'Ward. We sit on board with McLaughlin. That is the champion beneath us. McLaughlin will have to run high and takes the position, but keeps his foot stuck in, has the momentum.
Herta's going to get the draft off of McLaughlin here down the back straight. That's going to help him clear Palou, and now Herta up into the top three. We heard some radio during the commercial break with Scott McLaughlin and his team saying, hey, look, we're going to be on the hards. Let's make some hay, but it looks right now like those hard tires are holding them back. All the soft runners getting by.
Power gets by McLaughlin.
Starts to loosen up right there. And that'll get worse and worse as they get deeper into this tire stint. Still side by side.
And Power takes Newgarden. He runs high to Palou.
Low.
Turns it in, keeps it stuck in.
Go low.
Palou stays low. Power runs high.
All clear.
Has the slip. The pace was evident. And now Will Power going for P2 on Colton Herta. Already a race winner this year. Will Power now moves into second place. And the next man, the only man left, is Pato O'Ward. For the race leader, Pato O'Ward is out moments ago. A certain victory lies in tatters.
I mean, you got to wonder if maybe that was an issue with the right front. You saw
Yesterday, he's been on an absolute tear, but this is a long stop for Will Power. And he stalls it.
An absolute disaster for Will Power for the 12 crew. And this is what happened. He came into his box. Oh, overshoots, pushes his tire forward into the box ahead of him, which Rossi slams the hammer down, goes now, and look at the start from the two Penske's, taking their teammate Will Power, who will drop to the rear of the field as everybody now slides past him.
Yeah, big issues for Will Power. I wonder if it's gearbox as they're side by side. That's Palou and McLaughlin.
Guys, is that Connor Daly going 3 wide on the high side? I think it is.
You bet it is.
Side by side with Kirkwood now into
McLaughlin and Newgarden make it through Graham Rahal.
Christian Rasmussen pulled it off at Milwaukee. Now Newgarden goes low.
And he goes to the inside. Rossi will not be able to defend. The lead belongs to Joseph Newgarden. Appears too pronounced to deny.
And guys, Alex Palou's going to go ripping by McLaughlin. So with the lead group, that is effectively the
race
move.
Lead. Looks high, will run high. Palou squeezes, and McLaughlin goes now, goes high, goes wide, goes to the lead. McLaughlin P1 in Nashville. That they can turn around the woes of 2025 with one final hurrah. Newgarden on the inside, and that was easy.
Tires hang on to the end as that grip level stay. Oh, he goes high. He goes way high.
McLaughlin really high and into the wall.
He might be okay. He barely touched it. They banged the yellow light early.
Brilliant start from the Ganassi driver, both of them. And Alex Palou up and on the inside, having to look at McLaughlin, the champion, immediately to the fore and immediately to second. Over Alex Palou is minuscule. Sips and defends from McLaughlin, but Joseph Newgarden will awaken from what has been a nightmare year to the most beautiful dream. It will be a win at home in Nashville for Joseph Newgarden.
To this, commissioned over 100 years ago, your champion, Alex Palou. His 10 Honda and Ganassi Racing.